What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another New Comics This Week previews episode. In today's video, I'm going to be going over all the upcoming new releases for March 15th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. As always, I'm going to be going over all the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well, those new releases, varying covers, which books I'm going to be getting, and any sort of other important info that's going to help you guys decide which books you're going to be getting this week. And as I begin to talk about these books, just remember that there's still delays and shipment issues happening, so not all of them that I'm going to be talking about today might actually be coming out for this week's New Comic Book Day. Once it gets closer to the date, just check with your LCS to see which books are actually going to be getting in. So now, without further ado, everyone, let's talk some comics. Now, real quick, everyone, if you guys didn't already know, down below in the description, I've got a chapter list of all the different publishers I'm going to be talking about today, so feel free to jump around this video. And to kick this list off first, I'm going to be going over AWA Upshot, hands down one of my favorite comic book publishers. They've got Trojan, issue number 3, coming out this week. I think it's an alright series, I'm going to be honest with you guys. As much as I do love AWA, we're 2 issues deep. It's just an okay story, and it is only a 4-issue miniseries, so take that for what it is. Next up on my list, we've got Scout Comics. They're having a pretty solid week. The first one is Killcella, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 10 Ferris incentive variant. Moving on, we've got Agent of World, issue number 4. After that is By the Horns, issue number 7. Followed up with that is Dark Land, issue number 4. Then we've got a series finale. It's As of the Barbed, issue number 5. Next one on my list is The Bones of the Gods, issue number 3. Now, this next one is the last one coming out from them this week, but it is the start of a brand new series. We've got Granite State Punk, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 10 incentive variant. Next publisher on my list is Zenescope, and the first one is Van Helsing, Annual Sins of the Father, issue number 1, and this one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Baron Nuevo variant, and now finally a cover C, Garvey variant. After that, this is the last one from them this week. It's Grim Spotlight, Masumi, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Reyes variant, and now finally we've got a cover C, Abundanza variant. Moving on to Archie Comics, they've got Betty and Veronica, Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 312 on the way, and this one does feature 2 brand new stories. Next publisher, Sumerian Comics, and the first one is How He Became a Shoplifter, issue number 3. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Diaz variant, and now finally a cover C, Lago variant. Next up is The Firstborns, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Vassallo variant. Next up is Aftershock, and they've got one new horror one-shot on the way. It's A Little White Lie, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and then we've got a 1 in 10 incentive variant. After that is Ablaze, and they've got one series finale coming out. It's Family Time, issue number 4, and this one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Zulo variant, and now finally we've got a cover B, Briggs variant. This next publisher is the last small indie publisher I'm going to be going over today. It's Mad Cave Studios, and they've got Mad Cave Studios, Legacy Battle Cats, issue number 4. Here's cover A, and then we've got a Loner Gone variant. Out of all those publishers, definitely a little bit lighter of a week for most of them. I'm going to be grabbing Trojan, issue number 3 from AWA Upshot. But next up, let's talk about Image Comics and Boom Studios. All right, everyone, so to kick Image off first, we've got Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 18. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Keen variant, and now finally we've got a blank sketch cover variant. Moving on to Little Monsters, issue number 11. I'm a big fan of this series. I absolutely love that last issue. I'm so excited to see where they go with it. I will admit, though, 11 issues deep, written by Jeff Lemire. If you've read any of his stuff before, you kind of know he's a little bit better read in a trade paperback, at least in my opinion. I think there's only a couple issues left, maybe 1 or 2 more. I would highly suggest waiting for a hardcover or trade paperback for this one. It is very good, though. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Garbowska variant. Next up is Scorched, issue number 16. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Randall variant, and now finally we've got a blank sketch cover variant. Moving on to The Walking Dead Deluxe, issue number 59. This one's got 4 different covers, folks. Here's cover A. This is the cover B, Adlor and McCage variant, and then finally we've got a cover C, Manipole variant. Moving on to the end of the arc for I Hate Fairyland. This is issue number 5. How are you guys liking this series so far? I didn't read the first volume, so I obviously didn't pick this one up too. I did hear that you can pick this one up and not really read that last one. They're still really enjoying this series, so take that for what it is. This one's got 4 different covers as well. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B, Young variant, and then finally a cover C, Bean variant. Moving on to Time Before Time, issue number 21. This is cover A, and then we've got a cover B, LRB variant. After that is Image, issue number 11. Moving on to Black Cloak, issue number 3. If you guys read issue number 2, let me know what you thought about it down below. I read issue number 1. It was an oversized issue. I'm not sure what the price tag on it was, but even despite it being an oversized issue, I felt like it was a whole lot of nothing. Just my opinion, though, so that's why I didn't pick up issue number 2. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B, Delulus variant. Moving on to the start of a brand new series, we've got No One, issue number 1. This is a true crime superhero drama in the massive verse. I'm definitely going to be grabbing this one. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Montez variant, and now finally a cover C Englert variant. Moving on, we've got the end of the arc for Art Brute, issue number 4. I'm really excited that it says the end of the arc because this was originally only supposed to be a 4-issue miniseries, so I am pumped that they're going to be continuing on with this one. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Ekman Lawn variant, and now finally cover C Morazzo and Lopes variant. Moving on to All Against All, issue number 4. I've heard phenomenal things about this series. I haven't started reading it though. I missed out on the first issue when it originally came out, but I definitely want to get caught up on this one. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Phillips variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Samson incentive variant. After that is Kea, issue number 6. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Craig variant. Moving on to The Last Barbarians, issue number 2. This one's got 4 different covers. I read the first issue. I honestly really enjoyed it. If you're a fan of Hellcop, definitely check this one out. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Haberlin variant, and now finally a cover C Haberlin variant. Moving on to the start of a new series, we got The Forged, issue number 1. It says it's an over-the-top pulp adventure of sex, violence, and sci-fi, and this one's only got a cover A. Moving on to Hexware, issue number 4. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Tim Seeley variant, and then finally we've got a cover C Pinty variant. After that is Flawed, issue number 6. This is cover A, and then we've got a cover B Williams variant, and now finally this is the last one coming out from them this week, so they're having a very good week. We've got Monarch, issue number 2. I was a big fan of that first issue. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Visions variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Little Monsters, issue number 11, No One, issue number 1, Art Brute number 4, The Last Barbarian number 2. I'm probably going to grab The Forged, issue 1, and then finally Monarch, issue number 2. So moving on to Boom Studios, the first one, we've got a series finale for Berserker, issue number 12. I am so happy that this series is wrapping up. 12 issues, I feel like most of it was just a waste. Really good action, cool artwork. I like the gruesomeness to it, but that story was just absolutely abysmal. This one's got 13 different covers, though. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Kint variant, and now finally a 1 in 50 Boss Logic incentive variant. Moving on to House of Slaughter, issue number 13. Speaking of abysmal stories, I will admit, this new arc, it has been a lot better than pretty much all of the other stuff. I like the middle issues that had Edwin in it, but I think that was only 2 or 3 issues, so we're back to Jason, this newest arc. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Werther Deladera variant, and now finally a cover C Lucker connecting cardstock variant. Moving on to Behold Behemoth, issue number 4. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Campbell variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Infante incentive variant. After that is Harrower, issue number 2. First issue was pretty solid. I'm going to continue on with it. Here's cover A, and then we got a 1 in 15 Revel incentive variant. And then finally, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We got the Vampire Slayer, issue number 12. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Go variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 Fiomara incentive variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Berserker, issue number 12. I know, I got to finish the series up. House of Slaughter, issue number 13, and then Harrower, issue number 2. But next up, let's talk about Dark Horse, IDW, and Dynamite. Alright, so up first today from Dark Horse, we got Star Wars, The High Republic Adventures, issue number 3. After that is Spy Superb, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Benjamin variant. Moving on to Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, issue number 2. This is cover A. We got a cover B EJ Sue variant, and then finally, we've got a cover C Santos variant. After that is White Savior, issue number 3. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Win variant. Those are all the issues from Dark Horse. I won't be grabbing any of them. So moving on to IDW, the first one is TMNT, The Last Ronin, Lost Years, issue number 2. This one's got 14 different covers. I'm a big TMNT fan. I really enjoyed the first Last Ronin volume. This one's off to a good start as well. Here's cover A. We got a cover C Campbell variant, and then finally an Alan Qua variant. After that, we got some more TMNT goodness. We've got TMNT The Armageddon Game, issue number 6. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Sanchez variant, and now finally cover C Eastman variant. Moving on to Star Trek V. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Marin variant, and now finally cover C Martini's variant. After that is more Star Trek. It's a big week for you Star Trek fans. We got Star Trek Defiant, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Malachi variant, and now finally cover C Shalvey variant. And this one's got 8 total covers for it, so be on the lookout for the other variants. And then finally from them, we got some more Star Trek. It's Star Trek Resurgence, issue number 5. And this is the series finale. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Gray variant, and then finally a 1 in 10 incentive variant. Out of those issues, I'm going to be grabbing TMNT, The Last Ronin, Lost Years, issue number 2. Now moving on to Dynamite, the first one today from them. We've got Darkwing Duck, issue number 3. At the time of making this video, it says it's only got a cover A. But if you guys know Dynamite, that's absolutely not true. They usually have a lot of covers, so be on the lookout for the other ones. Moving on to Draculina, Blood Simple, issue number 2. This one's got 12 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Linsner variant, and now finally a cover C Kayanan variant. After that is Lord of the Jungle, issue number 4. This one's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Panacean variant, and now finally cover C Burns variant. Moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We've got Mad Balls vs. Garbage Pail Kids, Time Again, Slime Again, issue number 2, and this one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a 1 in 10 Hazer black and white incentive variant, and then finally a Crosby variant. Won't be grabbing anything from Dynamite, so next up, let's talk about DC Comics. Here we go, DC fans. First one today from them is Justice Society of America, issue number 3, and this one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Paquette cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Sadowski cardstock incentive variant. After that is Batgirls, issue number 16, and this one's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. We got a cover B Marquez cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Rodriguez cardstock incentive variant. Moving on to Danger Street, issue number 4. I did not read issue number 3. I'm a little bit behind, but I absolutely love those first 2 issues, so if I can get my hands on issue 3, I'm definitely going to be grabbing number 4 as well. Here's cover A, and then we've got a cover B Jones cardstock variant. Moving on to a new limited series, we got Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B DeMeo cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Cho cardstock incentive variant. Continuing on, we've got another brand new series on the way. We got Superman Lost, issue number 1. I read the other new Superman series. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Probably not going to grab this one, but I will admit the other one was fantastic. This one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Casada cardstock variant, and now finally a cover C Weeks cardstock variant. Continuing on with DC, folks, we got Batman Incorporated, issue number 6. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Molina cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Matina cardstock incentive variant. Next one on my list this week is Wildcats, issue number 5, and this one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Hip cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Hill cardstock incentive variant. Next up on my list, we've got Batman The Adventures Continue, season 3, issue number 3. This one's got 4 different covers as well. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Scalera cardstock variant, and now finally a cover C Boo Villain cardstock variant. After that is another new series this week, so DC's having a pretty solid week. We got Multiversity, Harley Screws Up the DCU, issue number 1. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a cover B Faber cardstock variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Rosmo cardstock incentive variant. At least now we know who screwed up the DCU. It was Harley Quinn, everyone. After that, we got the Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, issue number 6. Now, finally, this is the last one coming out from them this week. We got Looney Tunes, issue number 271, and this one's only got a cover A. Out of all those issues, like I said, they're having a very solid week. I'm going to take a look at some of the new issues, but assuming I can grab issue number 3 of Danger Street, then I'm going to be grabbing Danger Street issue number 4 as well. But next up, let's finish this video now with Marvel Comics. All right, here we go, Marvel fans. To kick this list off first, I'm going to be going over Wolverine issue number 31, and this one's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Marvel Icon variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Woods incentive variant. Moving on to Hulk issue number 13. This is the big penultimate issue, so we've only got 1 left, and this one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a McNiven homage variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Peach Momoko incentive variant. Next up is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 4. I'm a huge fan of this series. I'm absolutely digging it. I love the artwork, the storytelling, just the character developments. We got a new villain as well. I'm a little biased towards Miles, but I highly recommend checking this one out. And it is good for new readers as well. This one's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Bachalo variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Stegman incentive variant. Next up on my list is Captain Marvel, issue number 47, and this one's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. We got a Peach Momoko Infinity Phase 3 variant, and then finally a Lupacino Women's History Month variant. Moving on to Immortal X-Men, issue number 2. This one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We got an Azrar variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Lupacino incentive variant. Moving on to Avengers Forever, issue number 15. It says that this one's continued from Avengers, issue number 66, and this is the final issue of the series as well, so be on the lookout for it. This one's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got an Alex Ross Timeless Kang variant. Oh, I absolutely love these Alex Ross Timeless variants. We had all the superhero ones a couple of years ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago at this point, but now we've got all the villains coming up. This Kang one is dope, and we've got so many other bangers coming out this week as well. And finally, we've got an Avengers Assemble connecting variant. Moving on, we've got Gold Goblin, issue number 5. Followed up with that is Captain America, Symbol of Truth, issue number 11. Here's cover A. We've got an Alex Ross Timeless Skull Virgin variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Alex Ross Timeless Skull Virgin sketch variant. If I could buy all these Timeless covers, I absolutely would. Moving on, we've got Star Wars Yoda, issue number 5. This one's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. We got a Messina variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Lopez incentive variant. Next up on my list, we've got a series finale. It's Secret Invasion. This is issue number 5. Moving on, we've got Red Goblin, issue number 2. Here's cover A. We got a Stegman variant, and then finally a 1 in 25 Yoon incentive variant. Read the first issue. I mean, I thought it was alright. Nothing too special in my opinion. Then we've got the Avengers War Across Time, issue number 3. This is cover A, and then we've got a Caselli variant. After that is Bishop War College, issue number 2. Here's cover A. We got a Randolph variant, and now finally a Lim variant. Moving on to a new series, we've got Hellcat, issue number 1. This one's got 6 different covers, folks. Here's cover A. We've got a 1 in 25 Stegman incentive variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Peach Momoko incentive variant. Moving on, we've got Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, issue number 4. This series has been alright, in my opinion. It's definitely directed towards kids, but as an adult, I mean, I'm still kind of enjoying it. The artwork's not bad, the story's pretty cool too. But then after that, this is the last one coming out from Marvel this week, folks, and it is the start of a brand new series. We've got the Excellent, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We got a Romero variant, and now finally an R1CO variant. Out of all those issues, I'm going to be grabbing Hulk, issue number 13. Miles Morales Spider-Man, issue number 4, Red Goblin, issue number 2, and then finally Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, issue number 4. But that's a wrap on all this week's new comics, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment down below which books you're looking forward to most and which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on. If you don't miss out on any of my upcoming content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below with notifications turned on. You won't regret it. I've got 2 more sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey there everyone, come join us here at The Experience this Wednesday, March 15th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Ooh, the Eyes of March. Well, I doubt anything bad will happen. Don't tell Nick. Anyway, it's going to be a great show no matter what. We're going to have more of your favorite Dynamite titles with Marvel, DC, and more. So come join us. The whole gang will be here. It's March 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern, only on The Experience. Can't wait to see you then.